Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on this engine mechanics. So before start flying the ship, we need to start the engines like this. So and after that we can start moving up. So then we can collapse the landing gear. So the things we are going to focus on today is the engines, and here when I move forward, you can see this engine rotates backward like this, and if I stop, it becomes vertical again, so I can keep the vertical location without moving. If I want to move backward, the engine changes like this. So those are the things we are going to work on today. Engine turning on, off, and tilting based on the movement. So yeah, before we get started, as always, I'd like to remind you that the project files of not just this project, all 1600 something projects that I have, tutorials that I have done, the project files for each of those videos are available in the Patreon page. You can download them once you become a member without a limit. You can download everything and use them with your game. So yeah, with that said, let's get back into the tutorial. Okay, so first I need to control the state of the engine, whether they are on or off. So for that, let me open the engine blueprint, and here I'll set this Niagara effect disable auto activate, and then I'll add a custom event. Let's call it toggle engine, and add a parameter on off. So the Niagara system activate, we need to either activate or deactivate based on this input parameter. So if we got on, this is true, we need to turn it on, so activate. Otherwise I will enable reset as well, deactivate. Okay, now here still if I press shift, it's moving up. We need to prevent that. So for that, I'll add a variable engine on and another variable go closed. Only if these two variables maybe this is not required, not necessary, because sometimes we might also need to keep the door on, in the middle of the flight for some reason, so this might interfere with that. Okay, now for inputs here, I'll add a branch and check if the engine's on. Only if that is true, we would be able to lift the ship. So now it's not lifting because the engines are not turned on. So I'll add another function. I just added some comments so that we can easily see. A custom event to toggle engines. Here also I'll add a parameter on or off. Now here we have 4 engines here. from each of these we need to call turn on. So get child actor, and then so this returns child actor act object reference, which does not allow us to access this toggle engine function or event. So either we have to cast this to BP engine, or we have to set up a interface. But for now I'll just do a cast to engine, because this is not something that would be called in a in TIP or anything. It's just only one time. We need to turn on off the engine once in a while, so therefore just casting would not be a performance issue here. Toggle engine with this given parameter now, and let me add reroute node, another reroute node, because I'm going to no, maybe not require another one, because I'm going to convert these to a macro. So toggle engine. All right, now here parameter is on off. Let me interchange these parameters. Engine, right? Okay, now we need to do this for all the engines. Like this, and all should be on. Okay, so after that I don't want to immediately, right, let me add a to once node here, because I don't want to repeatedly call this. So I don't want to immediately set this engine on variable as true, because we need to give some time to warm up. So let's have a delay of, let's say, 5 seconds, and then set engine on with, so this should go both for turning on and off. Set this value, and once we are done we need to reset this. Okay, and one more thing. So before we call this, we need to make sure this is not equal. Oh yeah, we can do a and engine on, and this has to be false. Oh wait, no. This should not be equal. Yeah, that's simple. Because if the engine is already on, and if we call turn on, nothing should happen. Okay, so now I'll add another engines on off engines. So I'll add another input. What should I use? key. Yeah. So I'll do flip-flop. First, toggle engine. Oh, maybe not a flip-flop. We already have this engine on. So hit the not. Oh, sorry, not equal. Not boolean. Not of this and call toggle engines. Okay, now I should be able to turn on the engines. So press E. Yeah, engines on. I can move. If I haven't turned on the engines, I can't move. Now I can. Okay. One more thing. So once I turn on the engines, what's happening here? Oh, right. We need to disable collisions of this. Or we need to ignore the camera blocking. So once I turn on the engine, I think it would be better if we see some warm-up, like directly starting it in the full power. Maybe here we increase this gradually. How do we do that? This is spawn rate. Okay, let's turn this into a, remember 900 curve. Scale this to 900 and this curve index, I'll choose edge and change it from 0 to 1 to 0. So I'll make it change from 0 to 1 over, let's say, 5 seconds. Like this. So initially it would be like this and it gradually increases. See. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, also is it overlapping with this? It's fine. Maybe we should reduce this shape location. Instead of 300, how about 250 and 80? Okay. Still it somewhat overlaps. Maybe it's just, well, at the moment I'm not sure how to fix it. Okay, anyway, now this part is working. Now I need to add forward and backward movements. So how to implement that? Just like this flying input, we can add IA move, because we are using the third person template, so we already have this IA move input axis setup. If you are not sure, I can show you where is it. It's here. IA move. It's axis 2D input and its settings are like this. See, so this is already there, so we don't have to implement it from scratch. So now here I'll get break. I get the y axis value. This is w and s. So with this I'm planning to move forward and backward. By the way, I think I changed this acceleration to 480, acceleration to 800 so make it slower acceleration. So right, that doesn't actually matter, but it makes things looks a bit better. So yeah, now here I'll add moment input. So we need to move forward and backward based on this. So vector forward vector, that's the direction. This is the scale. So now here if I press W, we can see it's moving forward, but that should not happen. We should only be able to move forward and backward if we have started the engines and if we are in a certain height. So here we need to check if the engine's on, and then are we at the flying elevation. So how to check that? Let's add a function trace ground. So basically what we need to do is do a line trace by channel from let's say tactile location and to directly beneath. So add minus, how far? Let's say 1000. We should be at least 1000 meters higher. Not meters, unreal units, I think centimeters. Maybe this is not enough. We can check it. So if we hit something, that means we are not in the flying elevation. So sorry, not multi-line trace, it should be line trace. By channel. Okay, now we should start tracing ground when the engine is on. So here let's do something. Let's start a timer. Let me add a sequence here to keep things simpler. Right, and branch, check if the engine is on. If yes, we can do a set timer by function name. Function name is traceGround. Time maybe every 1 second. And it needs to loop. So yeah, if this is false, we need to create timer by function name. We just need to stop this line traceGround timer. Let's first check how far it goes. That's actually far enough. Yeah, that height is enough actually. Okay, so here this value returns true. If it returns true, that means we are hitting the ground. So we are not yet in the 1000 level. So we should not allow moving forward. So I'll in flying elevation. Okay, so let's set this with the not boolean of this boolean output. So that means if we don't hit anything, we will get a false here. Then by going through a not, this will become a true. That way makes us in the flying elevation. Right, now here in the inputs, we need to check two conditions now. Engine on and in flying elevation. Right, by default this should be false. Okay, so now we will not be moving forward. Yeah, see, if I start the engines, still we are not moving forward or backward. I am pressing W and S now, but we are not moving forward or backward because we are still not in the flying height. Now we can. Okay, great. So we can move forward. Let me close this, and oh, that is actually fast. Door open, landing gear here. Oh, this also needs to be 3. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, when I move forward, these engines should be tilted backward to represent that we are giving some portion of the thrust forward. So how can we do that? Here, if I add, so we can actually change this. Note that, change X like this. Oh no, we don't need to communicate to the engine for that. We can do that in the shuttle itself. Where? Here. Forward, no, horizontal plane movement. Okay, now here we can get velocity and then we can again get the forward vector, actor forward, get actor forward vector and do a dot product so that we can get the component of the velocity that is going in the same direction as the forward of the shuttle. So this one we might need to clamp this. Actually the maximum speed we can go is 1200. So yeah, let me get max speed. Okay, so divide this by max speed and let's say multiply by 20 perhaps. Okay, then so when we are going in the max speed we will have an angle of 20. That's the idea here. So in here, if we are going forward, this should be negative, so like this. If we are going backward, this should be positive, like this. So this is the angle. Y component is the one that we need to change. Okay, so here wait, this one is like that. What about the other side? Is it same? No. Okay, so left side is positive angle when we are going forward, right side is negative angle when we are going forward. Alright, so get the FL and BL and set relative rotation. Like this, and get right side, set relative rotation, this multiplied by -1. Right, now let's see. Turn on the engines. And move up. Press forward. Yeah. Oh, wait. So once I release, it stays same, which is not the way I want it. That means we need to set this in tick. Maybe not tick. Yeah, let's collapse this to a function. Adjust engine rotation. Okay, now delete from here. Let's start another timer. I could do that in the take 2, but I don't think that's not necessary. I don't think that's necessary. So, just like this, duplicate this, adjust engine rotation. Okay, and this has to be more than this, so maybe something like 0.1. Let's see. Turn on the engines, move up, oh, that's stepping. That is also not cool. But we can fix that. Let's try something like 0.03, because if I put 0.01, it's I think it's higher than 100 times per second. It's like 100 times per second, so in that case it would be better to call this intake. So something like this should be enough. And let me remove this finally. Turn on the engine, close the door, and lift. Collapse the landing gear. Yeah, now you see, when I go back, they are rotating like this, and if I release, it stops. See? Okay. So I think this is a good place to stop this episode. So in the next time, let's work on turning the ship, and also I need to implement some kind of a natural movement, like some kind of a swaying. When I move forward, we should see the body of the ship maybe tilt down a little bit, the nose somewhat like a helicopter. This is not exactly like a helicopter, but still we need to see some kind of a swaying to make it look natural. We will look into those things and turn it in the next episode. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you would like to support my work, you can get the membership of Patreon Club. See you in another episode. Bye.